bring yourself to the seat that you know you will be able to hold for our practice. The back spine is tall, the feet are touching the floor, or if you're lying down or standing up or in cross-legged position, your knees are lower than your hips. The shoulders are relaxed. The forehead is relaxed. The fingers and the hands are resting on your legs, palms up or palms down, whatever is comfortable for you. The crown of the head striving toward the sky, the light, feeling, sensing, knowing that the light is entering you through the crown of your head, and your entire body feels full of light. The spaces between your vertebrae start to breathe. You might feel yourself wanting to get taller. Your sit bones are comfortable in your chair. And your eyes perhaps begin to close. If that's not available to you, you simply pick something about 45-degree angle in front of you that you can gaze at. We don't want to stare, we simply want to gaze, allowing the peripheral vision to be in play. And just adjust yourself and bring your attention to the anchor of the breath, but in this new way perhaps. See if you can sense the air going in and out of the tip of the nostrils. Not to make any big deal about it, just sense the focus at the tip of the nostril. And enjoy the sense of the miracle of our breath, bringing in the oxygen, letting out the carbon dioxide. Allowing yourself to be nourished by the natural universe and the functions in the body, the miraculous body, the grand central station that works in sync 24/7 all the time without us doing anything. And just enjoy the first few moments of quiet as you bring yourself with intention to yourself. Bring yourself into yourself. And just notice without any fanfare where you are, right here, right now. And as you take in what presence you might or might not be experiencing in this moment, explore the idea of not one anchor, the breath, for example, or sound, but an anchor of your choosing. Maybe you want it to be your right foot. Maybe you have a sensation going on and you want to focus on your left shoulder or a finger. Just something that feels appropriate to you in terms of a random anchor. Something that when you notice that you've been pulled away from the presence of being in your seat, will help you to return to your presence. It's not fancy. It's not must do. It's not have to. It's just simply picking something for you. It could be sound even, that you can pull yourself back to. You can bring yourself and remind yourself, oh, I'm not here, I'm there. Oh, I need to come back to here. Whatever that might be. So I'm going to give a long pause here, silence, for you to experiment. And as we do that, you can simply think of this as a grand experiment for everyday life. How can I be more mindful in any given moment in my life as I move through waking hours? And just remind yourself, oh, I'm going to go back to my anchor of choice to help me be present and mindful of where I am, how I am, what I am, who I am, right here, right now. one of the first conditions for being able to concentrate, which is what we are learning when we focus mindfully on an object, is to be still, to have a calmness. And for some, that can be about the breath. It's a reminder to be still and take a mindful breath. But it can also include the awareness that you're not tranquil, you're not still. So it's recognizing, as in rain, recognizing what's happening, but without, in order, I'll say it this way, in order to keep the calm or to gather up the calm, the efforting of the anchor has to be just right, like Goldilocks. We don't want to be too strong, admonishing ourselves. Oh, I'm off the anchor. Where did I go? It's just a gentle, kind, caring idea for yourself. I just want to be mindful in this moment. So as you practice with the anchor that you've chosen, and I would suggest for today's practice that you stay with one. It doesn't matter what it is, and if you don't like it, choose another one. There's no have to here. But we want to eliminate the forcefulness. It's a gentle reminder to mindfully return and just continue to recognize and to investigate and to accept and nurture yourself back. So I said that a little backwards. To recognize, accept what you're finding mindfully, and return with a kindness, with a gentleness. So continue with this idea. Just be open to where it takes you. point of this exercise is to help us recognize when we are not accessing the calmer, more mindful way of being in our lives in any moment in time, leaving the reactivity behind and being able to traverse life by being able to respond with thoughtfulness, with a certain kind of attention, being able to take in all the sensations that often happen and pull us in a reactive direction. So in the effort that we're making to practice this mindfulness, it's important to let that effort be effortless. This is all such, life is so paradoxical. It's wonderful. So how in the world can we do that? How can we make effort be effortless? Well, for this practice right now, right here, it's simply being aware, allowing yourself to just notice. Just accept wherever you've gone, if you're not in your seat, in your body, with your anchor. And that's our life. That's the way life happens. So in this next practice, notice if you're efforting, if you're striving. I have to do this. Oh, I'm supposed to do that. Oh, how come I can't? No, none of that. It's just being aware. Some definitions of mindfulness simply say present moment, present heart. And that's where we put the effort. We effort to get there. So this practice is just giving you the choice. You choose an anchor that can work for you. And practice watching what happens. Where does your mind go? Is something distracting you? Is there a pain in the body, a sensation? Is there a mosquito landing on your arm? And calmly, gently find your anchor of choice. as you practice simply letting things be as they are and mindfully coming back to an anchor to ground you in calm, stillness inside, physically and mentally. Be aware of effort. Are you striving? Is there any judgment involved? Can you maintain the stillness and the calm in the body, even while all the things in your life are going on? This is a gentle practice. It's not meant to create more stress, more something to do, more someplace to be. It's meant for us to be in our bodies and our minds more of the time. So in the last part of silent practice, simply, again, recognize what's happening. Build a relationship to the anchor you've chosen. And simply allow life to be as it is, right here, right now, with the intention of not reacting, simply noticing, responding by returning to stillness, to the quiet in the body, right here, right now. When all is said and done, the practice of mindfulness meditation is to allow ourselves to be conscious and present to ourselves more of the time than not, so that when stress occurs, when life happens, we can stabilize. We can mindfully observe without getting pulled without reacting. We respond instead of react. That's the stress response. So take in these words from one of the more revered mindfulness masters who wrote a wonderful book called Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind. Strictly speaking, any effort we make is not good for our practice because it creates waves in our mind. It is impossible, however, to attain absolute calmness of our mind without any effort. So it is necessary for us to engage ourselves and to make an effort up to the last moment when all effort disappears. So, as I often say, it's impossible to be completely calm, 100%, 150% of all the time. It's just not humanly possible. But we can change our relationship to the experience of calm or the lack of calm. So as we close practice, we always come back to appreciating ourselves and what calm and what quiet and what gentleness and what nurturing and what kindness we can bring to ourselves by just showing up. Giving yourself permission to just be here now. So thank your mind and your body for what they offered you today. Honor the stillness, however it is for you today. Whatever you were able to achieve, it was 1 minute. That's wonderful. And treasure your spirit for its willingness to be here now. And practice metta all the time, whenever you can. And we'll do 2 directions today for I and for everyone. May I be filled with loving kindness. May all beings be filled with loving kindness. May I be free from suffering. May all beings be free from suffering. May I experience joy for myself. May all beings experience joy for themselves. May all beings, may I and all beings remain in equanimity, impartial, free from attachment, aversion, and ignorance. Know that at any moment in your life, anything can happen. But you have a choice to create the calm, the quiet. So as you hear the sound of the closing bells, just keep this with you. Take an extra moment before you return to your space, and we can have any questions or discussion that you'd like to have. I'd love to hear how this has sat with you. Many blessings and namaste.
So I just got back from vacation.
Hold it 1 minute and let me turn off the recording, please. Um, Jessica, can you turn off the recording? Something seems to be not happening here on my side. Just 1 second, please. Well, it seems like something is not recording, so Anne, go ahead.
So I just got back from a trip to Scandinavia, and everything was going terrific until we got to flying home. And the connection, we had an hour and a half, which my travel agent said, no problem. And the flight initially, the first flight was delayed, so that ate up half of the time. Then we get on the plane and they say, oh, we have too many bags. They had to take all the bags off, put them on. So the I had actually tried earlier at the airport to like move our flight, and there was no one there who could help, and couldn't get through on the phone and everything. And I just kept saying, well, okay, it'll be what it'll be. And then we got on the plane, and because at that point we knew we were going to miss the flight, it was a little less stressful. And then we got off, and by the time we got off and turned on our phone, Finnair had already rebooked us for the next day, offered us one of 3 hotels, our choice, which included breakfast and dinner, also money for a snack or something. So it was sort of like like it was all taken care of, and we got an extra day. And in reality, it made the trip even better because we had like a nice day to just kind of relax, you know, and then get on the plane. But through the whole thing, as these things were evolving, I kept saying to myself, okay, just breathe, just breath,
Right.
work out. You're not going to be stuck in Helsinki, for long. So, but I just kept remembering, like, breathe. And
Lovely. Yeah, lovely. So sometimes the thing that you think will put the glitch in it turns out to be a positive.
right,
Yeah, that's great.
my own
That
room, really not.
that's a wonderful story. And did the once you started on your journey home, was it smooth?
Yes, because at that point we were already in Helsinki and we just had the one direct flight. And luckily, when we had first gotten off the plane, there was an agent there who made sure we had the same seats or similar seats because we had bulkhead seats. And it was a pleasant flight, except we had a crying baby in front of us and a 3-year-old who had to have her own seat, so she was screaming. But we put in our little earphones and we were like, okay, we're on our way home.
So those are really good examples of how we can take care of ourselves. And that's exactly what this is what we want to achieve. If we have to say it that way, I don't love that language, but that's what we're here to do, is to learn to be calm and mindful under all circumstances. As long as we're not, the old rule when you're dealing with children, the rule is if they're not bleeding, if you're not bleeding, and nobody's in danger of dying, you're good. So thank you for sharing. That's great. That's great. I'm just curious to see if anybody has a comment about how this might have felt today. If it was different, if it was the same. We're gonna work on this again before.
This is the first time. Am I on? Yes.
Yep, you
This
are.
is the first time I totally was so involved in other things. I just came and I feel terrible that I missed the beginning, but I feel wonderful that at least I got the ending. And that's wonderful. I have
Yes.
a
So
crazy household now. My family's arriving from Spain today, and my house will be once again full of love and laughter.
so that's wonderful, Lenny. And I always say, I mean, I haven't said it in a long time, but you can arrive here whenever, as long as you remember to mute yourself, which I noticed that you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was wonderful. As long as you mute yourself, you can come in at any moment in during the hour that we are designated. It's fine. This is for you. It's
I
your
know, but
time. It's your time for yourself. And it's interesting that today what we'll be doing this again, but it addresses the exact issue that
Right.
you went through. Yeah.
mm,
So Bob, any thoughts?
Yeah, I found focusing on uh, one thing. Um, I was using the tip of my nose and the breathing, and which you suggested, really was really very good. It was very focused. And it kept me busy. It kept me busy being calm.
Oh, that's so wonderful. I should write that one down. Or that should be the title of my book. Keep 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 busy being calm.
Right,
That's so wonderful.
isn't that a
So,
song? Isn't that a Disney song? We're busy doing nothing.
right.
Trying
oh,
to
That-
that's
find.
interesting. I don't know that song,
Oh, I'll sing
but
it for you someday.
yes, and in fact, we are going to work on we perhaps next week we will do some ideas like that, some things that you actually can do.
right.
Like there's one technique called counting, and
Yes.
counting can be helpful if it's difficult to be to connect with your calm. So that's lovely. Thank you for sharing that.
Okay.
Jennifer, you had, yes, Bob?
I'm going to just take off. I have to get
Oh,
going.
okay. Thank
Have
you
a
for
great week,
being here.
everyone.
You
Namaste.
too. You too.
Jennifer, I sense like you have something.
Um, Not anything major to say, but I very much enjoyed that. I liked the singularity of that it just really did fine tune it. I very much enjoyed it. I'm very relaxed.
Good.
And you are not in a car, but
I am not in a car.
you're in front of a stage with a microphone.
No, it's just we have a lot of equipment like and I'm
Oh,
sharing space right now.
no.
But I like the idea. I wish I could sing on the microphone, but that's not my thing.
Well, we can close. Jennifer, as well, thank you, library, as always. Um, and we will see each other next week. We can close. I'm going to say something, Jennifer, in exact response to that, because I am a musician. Anybody can sing anywhere, anytime. There's a African proverb that says, if you can talk, sorry, if you can walk, you can dance. If you can talk, you can sing. So there you go.
There you go.
So blessings to everyone.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank you.
wonderful week.
Everybody.
Namaste.
Namaste,
Namaste.
namaste.
Thank you,
namaste,
Janie.
namaste.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome.
everybody. Bye-bye.